Nithyanandam. Hi, this is
Nithyanandam.
Manitya Oviananda, and here I have today.
Manitya Pramayananda. Nithyanandam.
And what country are you from, Ma?
What country am I from?
Hmm.
I was born in Eastern Europe in Poland, but then in my late 20s I left and I've been living for over a decade in the UK.
See? And I am from the US of A. So we are both from different places, and we've come here to live at Adi Kailasa at Bengaluru Aadheenam with His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda. And we've both come from different backgrounds, but also from similar backgrounds in a way because we're both European descent.
Are you European descent?
Yes.
What kind of?
My father was born in Yugoslavia.
Ah,
They're
that's not far.
Serbian and German, basically.
Okay.
And my mother's side is Belgian and Irish and a little German, so it's pretty much a big mixture.
Ah, it is a big mixture.
Yeah.
I've got German roots.
German. So German and Polish.
Very close.
Yeah. Okay. So we come from different areas, right? And then there's so many other people here from Asia. So Chinese, Japanese, Korean, people from Malaysia, people from India, people from Canada, South America. All different people have come here to join and live here with the Avatar. So why do you think people have come here for this? To India from all over the world?
Why they come here?
Yeah.
I always, whenever I hear this question, I just think it's so obvious because Swamiji is here.
Yes.
How can you not be here when the Avatar is here?
That's true.
It sounds like this is what we are always answering,
But I mean, so many different countries.
Hmm.
We don't know each other. We've never met. All these other
Yes.
people have never met anywhere.
But
And all
when
of a
you-
sudden they end up here.
Yes, but when you think about it, when you think about the story and the Nadi reading, so there was Masarupa Priya, she was extensively explaining this. When a
And?
devotee of Swamiji took his fingerprint somehow to the Nadi leaf reader, and they revealed who he is, and that confirmed that he is an avatar, that he brought a huge amount of people to fulfill his mission.
Mm.
So before him, during his lifetime, and after his lifetime. So we have to be all on their own to create new civilization.
New civilization
Yeah.
of superconscious beings.
Oh yeah.
Because actually, by awakening the third eye of a human being, Swamiji is allowing and transmitting the cosmic energy, the superconscious energy, to us. And we're able to become trained and open up to that energy so that we can express those powers of Sada Shiva. So, raising the consciousness of humanity. I just feel that, I don't know, so many people are coming for that because the world is meant to be elevated.
Yeah.
Means?
What does it mean
Why
to
are
be
we fighting?
elevated?
Means why are we fighting negativity, having all these wars? Everybody just wants power, materialism, because society is saying you need that. I mean, actually, people think that spiritual people are brainwashed, but it's actually them that's brainwashed.
It's a paradox, yes. Yeah. I see and feel that Maya magic is so strong sometimes that you can be lost into what is right, what is wrong. All the spiritual teachings you can, when you are on a certain level of, I don't know, understanding or your certain level of consciousness, let's say, you can feel what is true.
Yes.
And you cannot be brainwashed anymore.
Mm.
But although, on the other hand, I think some of us have to be awakened. So
Means what?
As for instance, I've been until the late 20s. I've been eating meat.
Mm. You mean before coming here, like, in general, people should need to be awakened.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, what I mean that there is something that our upbringing, that even the avatar, the awakening somehow has to happen. So either we've got very strong, natural, I don't know, coming with a higher level of consciousness, and we naturally will be following, regardless of our background, regardless of our environment, would be following certain lifestyle, which may be very different, but sometimes we don't.
Right.
So I was eating meat when I was after my first spiritual retreat. Well, it was even before when I met someone who introduced me to vegetarianism. that was so natural. From it was a momentary change.
To become vegetarian.
Yes, and I never missed.
But only once you got onto a spiritual path did you realize that. The importance of vegetarianism.
Say it again?
Once you actually got onto a spiritual path, did you then become aware of that even more, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, the reason why and so on. Yes, absolutely.
Because I used to also be a non-veg person. And some part of me was like thinking it's wrong. But I feel that in a way, I don't know, I was trained to be desensitized to that. Because even as a kid, I remember not liking meat at all and trying to like
Yeah.
spit it out into the napkin
I'm the same.
and asking for like more bread or this, that. But I was told, no, you have to eat all this before you can get bread because they knew I wanted bread and it was some psychological thing to make me eat what they made.
Yes.
So I always like, well, and sometimes I would even gag on that food.
Yeah, I could understand it in my
Because,
ashram
yeah.
family when every single Sunday or every single day, because my Ashram brother, he actually was very much into meat meals.
Yeah.
So I just could not understand why do we have to do it every day? Why do we have to eat it every day? So I wasn't following that. Or I remember incidents when I was in a kindergarten and there was a meat for whatever lunch, and I just said, I'm not eating. And they said, sit down until you eat. And I was waiting until I was picked up by the parents.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it was like threats, you know? Like, for one thing, I know now modern day kids, they can eat whatever they want. You want pizza, go get it, put something in the microwave, this, that, this. No way. In my house, it was like the poor Vashram house. You had to eat whatever was cooked. And if you didn't, you're not respecting, you know, the father who's going and earning the money, you know, and cooking the food and all that, which you can understand to one level. But the natural inclination I felt was there to not eat meat. And to like force me, then I had to either eat the thing or be hungry, right? So then I tried to like desensitize myself to it. And then eventually maybe you develop a little bit of a taste for certain things, you know. But I believe inherently I was vegetarian. So just as a word to people watching, if you have kids and they seem inclined, please let them be vegetarian.
Oh, yes, please.
Don't force kids to eat stuff like that. You know? You're eating dead carcass, basically, right? You know? But it's not only until, like, I started to get a little like, oh, why am I still eating this? It's not healthy. So many different things. And that first year before I came to Inner Awakening. And then when I actually started following Swamiji, you know, became more and more, I started cutting that out. But then as soon as I came to Inner Awakening, got that healer's initiation, that's it, obviously. I stopped eating meat, and it was like no issue for me at all. It was like a natural thing, and I knew that it was part of life then at that point, and I didn't care. I wanted to make that change and that leap, because for some people it's a big step, you know. But it's really not so big, because you realize how much better you feel, and how you're getting in tune then with life around you more.
Yes, and I think it's important because at some point we may we need just the reasons on intellectual level before we kind of expand, let's say, and understand more. But when we hear information like from Swamiji, when he said that if we are as a humanity around the world, if we don't stop producing meat, all those farms, so basically he doesn't see 2060. And this was, remember when I heard it, it's absolutely worrying.
It's pretty shocking.
Yes.
It wasn't just meat, but the animal, like, in animal farming industry, like, so means meat is a big thing, and also producing leathers and those kinds of things. Like, such a impact it has on the environment that they're not talking about. Just like the whole, you know, transportation of the stuff, the land that they're just, you know, pillaging basically for that, for just eating and grazing and not having a fertilized land, and so many. I don't know. It's such a negative thing, also. Just killing so many millions of animals seems strange, right?
Yeah, and again, it reminds me about yesterday's anniversary when Swamiji had the first enlightenment experience, and in this experience, when he said, "I felt that I'm alive in everything, and everything is alive in me." So obviously, I'm not going to eat myself. Actually, he was saying that he had a meal he couldn't eat for 3 days only because he felt that he is in this food as well, alive.
Yeah.
So
That's
like
got to
eating
be
your-
something. Yeah, he was definitely impacted by that a lot.
So
Even
yeah.
the rock, the stone, everything around him, everything he felt was him.
Mm.
I mean, and it is. We haven't reached yet that level, but we can at least understand that, like a moving, breathing creature, should be respected, and that we are part of that life.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's a very interesting topic today.
Yeah. And,
Thank
and I think it was also important what Swamiji was always saying, and I always thought about it like,
Mm.
would you really go and hunt yourself? Would you kill, I don't know, the chicken or the cow or whatever?
Yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
If you had to do it yourself,
Majority
hell
would
no.
no.
I bet you 95% of people wouldn't. And people say, where will you get your protein? How many times people ask me that? Well, it's been like 5-6 years now, and I've been 100% vegetarian, and I'm pretty healthy. I've had no issues at all. I've had blood tests. Everything's great, 100%. So the Bhaga Shastra, the Agama,
But even
Indian
look at
food
it,
is the best.
look at the cow, which is grazing.
He's so cute. I mean, that's okay.
It's
That's
not
aside.
It's not even
He's cute.
cutest one, but it's grazing on the grass. Look how big the animal is.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. I was just thinking how cute they are.
Yeah,
They got a big nose, and they're very gentle, and their presence is so nice. I like them. But anyways, so please stop eating meat for the love of everything in life.
and for the sake of yourself as well.
Yes.
That's what she said. Save yourself.
Yes, please. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in with us today. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam.